Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched multiple projects in Jammu and Kashmir worth over rupees 30,000 crores. 50 new degree colleges will be set up in J&K. Jammu Kashmir will get premier institutions such as AIIMS, IIM and IIT. 1,500 appointment letters have been distributed by the Prime Minister for the newly recruited government employees. Over 45,000 children have enrolled in schools for the first time as per the PM. A few years ago, news of bomb blasts, firings at the LOC was probably all that we heard from Jammu and Kashmir. Today we're discussing Jammu and Kashmir just as we discussed the Prime Minister's tour of Uttar Pradesh, where he also launched similar developmental projects. We may not realize how Jammu and Kashmir is changing on a day-to-day basis. When the Prime Minister says Article 370 was the biggest roadblock to Jammu and Kashmir's progress, is the ground reality then in line with that thought? That is, of course, for the people of Jammu and Kashmir to assess and ascertain. However, what the Union Territory truly requires as the next logical step are strong leaders who will keep the progress of Jammu and Kashmir as the one and only priority. For far too long, Jammu and Kashmir was in the clutches of political parties whose leaders claimed that the abrogation of Article 370 will bleed the erstwhile state. Leaders who took a soft approach towards Pakistan. Leaders who wanted the fear psychosis to continue in the minds of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. But as the Union Territory now shifts to a path of Vikas, just like the rest of the nation, who will the people choose to lead them on this new journey? This becomes a very important conversation as far as the upcoming elections in Jammu and Kashmir are concerned. Joining me on the broadcast, I have with me Shivam Chawla of the BJP, Sumit Peer, also with us, Dr. Nirmal Singh, former Deputy Chief Minister of the state, and R.S. Chip, General Secretary of DPAP, will be joining us just a short while from now. Let me begin this conversation, if I may, with Mr. Nirmal Singh. Sir, thank you so much for taking our time to speak to NewsX. I'd like to begin by understanding from you, how exactly do you feel the changes post Article 370 will reflect in the upcoming elections, not just on a Lok Sabha level, but also the assembly elections which will have to take place in Jammu and Kashmir as per the Supreme Court deadline that has been now created?
Actually, I'll tell you viewers that after 5th August 2019, there is a sea change in Jammu and Kashmir. There is a change in every field of the state. There is no separatism. The separatists, either they are behind the bars or they are not active on the ground. Secondly, 75% of the terrorism is down. Progress is on the high peak. And as you know that today, Prime Minister, he gave 32 crores of projects to Jammu and Kashmir, including this IITs, IIT, IIM, this the railway from Srinagar to Jammu. A portion of that has been inaugurated. Then a number of other projects. Whatever that Jammu Kashmir has seen has never been seen in the past 72 years. If we compare these 10 years with the rest of the years of independence, we see that there's a great progress in Jammu and Kashmir and everybody is happy. Pahadis, they have been given ST status. It's for the first time that there's STs, whether they are Gujjar Bakras, Gaddi Sippi, Pahadis, they have been given political reservation. OBCs have been given political reservation. 5 lakh golden beneficiaries are there in Jammu and Kashmir, who the 5 lakh people, families have been given more than one benefit out of the various welfare schemes of the Modi government.
Yes.
And everybody in Jammu and Kashmir, 1 crore 35 lakh people enjoy this Ayushman cover under this health scheme. So there is a sea change. And you have seen that today Prime Minister was there and he talked to every beneficiary, about 5 beneficiaries from across the state have talked to Prime Minister directly. And their, you can say, discussion with Prime Minister shows that how people they are feeling in Jammu and Kashmir, whether it's Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, or people from Jammu or people from Kashmir. Everybody is feeling very happy. And definitely that will translate into you can say electoral benefits and in favor of democracy in Jammu and Kashmir in near future.
Mr. Singh, I'd also like to understand from you, there is, like I said in the beginning as well, there is only so much that the Prime Minister or his vision can do for the Union Territory. Ultimately, it will have to be the local leadership on the ground. But there does seem to be an issue that is raised with people that we speak to from the Union Territory time and again of how J&K continues to lack in terms of local leadership. What really is being done, sir, to address then this particular gap?
Actually, leadership is there, but unfortunately, 2 families in Jammu and Kashmir and another family from New Delhi, that's Gandhi family, Gandhi Nehru family, and then Abdullah and the Mufti family, they dominated the politics during these last more than 65 years. And they thus exploited the people on the basis of this soft separatism, whether it's autonomy, self-rule. Sometimes they used to raise slogans in favor of Pakistan. So that was the reason. Right from these Abdullahs, right from Sheikh Abdullah up to Umar Abdullah, they were exploiting the people of Jammu and Kashmir in view of Article 370, which gave this loose accession, which have loose accession with India. Now that separatist this article has been removed, now people they say they feel that they have to live in the system where all the Indians, 140 crore Indians they are living. So that psyche is no more there. The psychological barrier between India and rest of the Jammu Kashmir, rest of the country, that's no more there. Now every youth in Jammu and Kashmir, they're feeling that their bright future lies with India. They are also seeing what's going on in Pakistan and around India, our neighborhood. So they understand it. And after there's the progress, Taraqi and Tamir, it has given a new, you can say, hope to the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Right.
That's the reason. And now after these panchayat elections, BDC, DDC elections, they happened after 72 years in Jammu and Kashmir. New leadership has emerged. And you will see that the forthcoming election will throw new leadership with the new vision which has a bright future. Jammu Kashmir before them, they will definitely emerge. And the mess of the last 6-7 decades, that shall be over, and we shall be on the right path of real democracy in Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay, all right. Mr. R.S. Chib, bring you into the conversation. So I'd like to understand from you a very nascent party, the DPAP, which has been formed by Ghulam Nabi Azad. What really is the party's hopes and projections for the upcoming election, sir?
Devika ji, first of all, let me wish you good evening to my co-panelist Nirmal Singh ji and the viewers. Mr. Nirmal Singh has elaborated and given many achievements of the government. First of all, let me tell you that there is no doubt that our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is a very visionary person. I don't deny that. And his visit here today, people have a lot of expectation from him, and it should be, because the Prime Minister of country is Prime Minister of everybody, for all the people of the country. And obviously when a Prime Minister goes to any states and all that, any of the states in India, definitely people have got a lot of expectations. Now, let me come to the question what you have said about 370 abrogation of 370 and abrogation of 35A. I will say that it has got mixed reaction. Number one, ultimately if you see that 370 was there and it was agenda of the BJP to abrogate the 370. And if we look at about say, let's say 10, 20, 30 years back, basically there was nothing much left in the Article 370 and most of the laws have already been extended to the state of J&K. Now, regarding the 35A, I agree on certain counts. I agree on certain accounts that probably there have been a drop in the militancy. Lot many bigger projects have been taken up by the central government here under the leadership of the Prime Minister. But at the same time, I will categorically say, and with forcefully I can say, that the local leadership of BJP totally failed to implement the vision of the Prime Minister. This is my view. And 10 years this government was with them. Whatever we got from the center, and local leadership has not played any vital role.
Okay.
Thirdly, I will say that after it has become UT, after the state was downgraded to UT, after that people have faced a lot of problems. People have gone through a lot of hardships and all that. Especially I will say that certain laws have been brought in J&K, with the result the poor people have suffered a lot. Their houses were demolished, their lands, they have made the houses on the small pieces of government lands for last 16 to 17 years. The land has been taken back. The land which they have got as per the law under Roshni scheme, which was launched by Janab Ghulam Nabi Azad when he was the Chief Minister of the state, and the government has taken a decision the land should be taken back. So similarly, the law like bringing small houses under property tax on the water, the electricity charges have been increased, the smart meters have been introduced, by which people have suffered a lot. People do agree.
But Mr. Chip, I just want to understand
and I
from
also
you,
agree
these differences.
That some bigger projects like AIMS, let me tell you, let me make it clear. I do agree that some bigger projects like AIMS, probably it is nearing completion, though the aim is not absolutely new projects, but the construction has been stepped up. IIM, IIT and all that, we are very happy, and even extension of the airport, having another terminal on the other side, and all the railway project especially, I am sure that by connecting Srinagar with the Jammu with the railway, definitely people of Kashmir will be benefited.
Mr. Chip, I want to understand from you. When you say, Mr. Chip, I want to understand from you. When you say that the people have suffered, when you say that the people have suffered ever since Jammu and Kashmir was downgraded to a union territory, has that, or the differences you're talking about, have that happened simply because it was downgraded, or simply because Jammu and Kashmir was no longer, or is no longer treated as a special entity and is possibly now looking at say charges and other such electricity charges, water bills that are at par with the rest of the nation as well?
I tell you that the people have suffered because of, by making it a UT, some laws have been brought in which were anti-people, and somehow when we protested, when the people of J&K protested, they were stopped. And I'm not saying that totally people have suffered and all that, but certain things people have been, for example, the unemployment has increased. I am very happy that today Honorable Prime Minister have distributed a lot of appointment letter to the people of the state. And thirdly, I want to say one thing more. I am very happy that, for example, a particular community, they were demanding ST status, they have been given. But at the same time, the other section of the Gujar community, they are feeling aggrieved. So somehow the government of India must take steps to ensure that everybody feels very happy, whether he is a Pahadi or he is a Gujar. Thirdly, I will say, the people living on the border, now all those who have come from POJK, they are residing on the international border from Kathua to the river Chenab and up to Punch. And if you look at them, our number is almost 13 to 14 lakhs. And in delimitation, only one seat has been given to the people, those who have migrated in 1947. I do agree that the voting right has been given to the West Pakistan refugees. That is a good step.
Okay, Mr. Chib, I want to then understand from you. I'm assuming that all the points that you're raising, Mr. Chib, I'm assuming that all the points that you're raising, sir, are points that the DAP, the DAP has been raising, DPAP, pardon me, has been raising in the union territory otherwise as well. I want to understand from you, are you somewhere hopeful that as a regional party you will be able to make a dent in the state, in the union territory assembly elections, if not the Lok Sabha elections? Are you hoping that somewhere J&K will move away from the traditional four parties?
First of all, Devika ji, let me tell you this thing, that our party have protested against the demolition, by the government and all that. And our Honorable Chairman, Janab Ghulam Nabi Azab, have met the Prime Minister of India and the Home Minister. We are grateful to the Prime Minister and the Honorable Home Minister of India that they accepted his suggestion, and the eviction of the poor people, from land and shops and all that, that was stopped. And the question, the relevant question which you asked, 100% Democratic Azad Party is
Okay, we seem to be losing the line with Mr. Chib. I will come back to him in just a moment. But Sumit, I want to bring you the conversation. Now, you heard what Dr. Nirmal Singh had to say, and you've also heard what Mr. Chib had to say. What do you feel will now be the politics of Jammu and Kashmir, Sumit, in the period to come? Because like I said, a lot of talk, chatter earlier was about 370, was about news related to terrorism. A lot of that has changed. And we do now end up discussing the developmental projects that are taking place in Jammu and Kashmir quite a bit. But it doesn't end there. Ultimately, as I've said earlier, one has to have very strong leaders with a lot of clarity, vision and progress as priority on their minds if they are to come to power. Has the BJP or any other regional party for that matter then made that attempt of communication with the people on the ground as clear as it should be?
Devika ji, first of all, thank you very much for having me on your show. Kindly allow me a minute more today. You see, anything what you see in J&K was impossible without abrogation of 35A and 370. Because, for example, we are talking of IIT, IIMs and AIMs. When 370 was there, the right of education was not even your fundamental right. School, jaake terrorists jalate the. There were no militants there. They were hardcore terrorists. They will burn the schools. So there's nothing called, what they used to do. Point number one. Point number two is, when you talk of the development, how will you do the development when the money was not even in your control? Supreme Court of India did not have the jurisdiction. They had the IPC. Now it is Bharat Nyay Sancharika, whatever. That had no rule there. You had a different flag, you had a different constitution, you had a different set of things. Literally, the government of India was only providing the money and protecting the borders. Beyond that, they had no control. What you are seeing is the impeccable vision of Prime Minister Modi, and it is his iron resolve that has helped to make the things what are there today. And if some people are unhappy, let it be with. And if I talk of Roshi scam, with due respect to everybody, it was the biggest scam in J&K. $3 billion scam. What are we talking? 2 lakh acres of land has been freed. We are talking of encroachment of government land. How does it justify if you allow the encroachment of land in J&K? Why not in Andhra? Why not in Telangana? Why not in Madhya Pradesh? Then people will say, bhai, how are they special? Highest amount of money was sent to J&K. Did you see the development? What's changed? Now you are seeing the highest railway bridge. You are seeing procurement. You are seeing lavender. You are seeing tulip. You are seeing 1.65 crore people visiting J&K, which is highest since independence. Terrorism is all-time down. Yes, there are new political options which has to emerge. BJP has worked hard, and the necessity is the mother of evolution. The evolution will throw the options. The vision of Prime Minister is the incubator wherein those options can come up and they can germinate from a seed to a plant. That is what the Kashmir needed. And if we want to still think that the J&K politics, erstwhile state of J&K politics is valley-centric, no. Valley is 15% of the area and was 65% of the seats. It was a fixed match J&K elections. Delimitation is required. All the people from all the walks of life need to get what they deserve. Why not a Bakrwal? Why not a Bakrwal should not get he was dominated to the Rajya Sabha, and that is what is required. Now we are talking of IIT, IM, I'm talking of management institutes, I'm talking of railway, I'm talking of 30,000 crores of money. What is 30,000 crores, Devika ji? $4 billion? And look at how much has Nirmala ji allocated in her budget. $8.4 billion. Look at our neighboring country, Bikhari, Pakistan. For $1 billion, they are going from pillar to post. They are begging IMF, कि भाई $1 billion दे दो, कुछ तो दे दो. We are allocating our Prime Minister in one day is going there and putting $4 billion of developmental projects. Have you seen this quantum of development happen? Why didn't train go there before 370? Why didn't the highest bridge come before 370? Why today nobody is burning the schools? Why today we don't have protests in colleges? Why today we don't have patharbazi? Why today we don't have arson? Why today a genocide is not happening? Because something fundamentally has changed. And what Mr. Singh is absolutely right. The three families who destroyed Kashmir, who sold whatever Kashmir and Kashmiriyat was about. And when we talk of J&K, the erstwhile state, we talk of Jammu, we talk of Kashmir, we talk of Hindus, we talk of Muslims, we talk of Gurkhas, Gujars, we talk of all the minorities, and we talk of Dalits. We talk of the Dalits who have been denied their right. A Valmiki was supposed to be a Valmiki and die as a Valmiki because I want you to go and literally do the job of a Valmiki. You might be an engineer, you might be a doctor, I don't care. And how did all the Rohingyas end up in Jammu? How did all the Rohingyas from a Bangladesh or a Bengal, wherever they infiltrated, they end up in Jammu? These are the questions. Now that is stopped. The things are coming to light, and Mr. Manoj Sinha is doing a fantastic job. A lot of people are not happy. How can one man and how can one Prime Minister Modi do it? When people say Prime Minister Modi's BJP has not delivered,
Yes.
It is not BJP in power, sir. It is the Lieutenant Governor in power. And see the quantum of development, compare it with. Look at the GDP, look at the budget allocations, look at the number of tourists. Pick up any data. Look at the college results, look at the school results, look at the dropout rate. Take up any data. Look at the quantum of investment from UAE, Saudi Arabia into where? Jammu and Kashmir. If this is not development, this is not an epitome of fact.
But Sumit, my basic question, Arishchib also wants to come in there. I'll give you a moment, sir. But Sumit, my basic question remains. Then does a Modi magic work in Jammu and Kashmir for, say, the Lok Sabha polls or even the state assembly?
I think Modi magic will work, definitely.
Devkaji, I did not know.
There are some constraints.
You did not allow me to speak.
People may not want
I don't.
There are some demographic divides.
Mr. Chib, I'll come to you in just a moment, sir.
Let me complete. Now, there are some demographic
Yes, I will allow you, sir. Let him just make 30 seconds. Let him make his point. I'm coming to you, Mr. Chib. I'm coming to you.
There are some challenges. There are some demographics there. As I told you, 15% of the valley controlling 65% of the votes. There are these challenges. But now the people of J&K are seeing the power of Modi, are seeing the magic of Modi, are seeing development delivered. You are giving Ayushman insurance cover to the whole people. They see that, and what were the fright? Modi's faces, racist, Hindu chauvinism, Hindu nationalism, dange honge, your land will be taken. Whose land is taken? Who lost the land to Ambani or Adani? Who lost the land to BJP? Which BJP leader went and did the encroachment to anybody's land?
Right.
These are the fundamental truths on the ground, and you cannot run an agenda against, proven, tested development and truth on the ground.
Okay, Mr. Arishchib wants to make a point, sir. 1 minute to you, then I want to bring in Shivam Chabra as well.
Devka ji, ऐसा है, why raising a voice like this does not mean that you can force your point on me. Right from the beginning when the debate started, I said our Prime Minister is a visionary Prime Minister. I wanted to tell you That's we have got a lot of hopes on him. What I said only the local leadership did not do whatever they should have done for last 10 years. All these projects have not come overnight. If you see these projects and all that, what you are counting, you are talking about the railway. The foundation stone of railway was laid in 1983. It has not come overnight. And I do agree, I have told in the beginning itself that militancy has come down. I give credit to the Prime Minister of this government and all that. Okay. A lot of projects have been taken, I give credit to them and all that. I am not saying, I'm not saying that nothing has happened and all that. I am only saying that after abrogation of 370, certain things the poor section of society have felt. And I'm giving the ground realities.
Okay.
He is talking about on the figures on the papers only. I definitely say that even Honorable LG Manoj Sinha, he has taken a lot of pains in doing the things in the positive manner in the state and all that. Who says no?
Okay.
But saying like this thing that everything has happened now, that is absolutely wrong. It is not that everything has happened now.
Right, absolutely.
You asked me one question.
Yes, absolutely. That's his personal opinion, sir. That's his personal opinion.
No, you said will our party, will our party will have somebody visionary. I think Ghulam Nabi Azad is the most visionary leader like our Prime Minister of India, and I am sure if DPAP comes into power, we will definitely continue with all these projects and all these things, and we will do, I don't say better, but definitely we will do many things in favor of the people of the state and all that, and we are competent to run the state in a better way, which was not run by the local leadership. I am not blaming the Prime Minister of India. I am not blaming the central leadership and all that. They have done a lot. I salute to the army. I salute the security forces. They have played a wonderful role and very positive role they have played and all that. We do agree all these things. Whatever he has counted and all that, give an example of Pakistan,
Mr. Shiva, I need to give...
I can also give the example.
Right, like absolutely. Shivam Chhabra, quickly, last word to you. I just want to understand from you as well, the whole matter of local leadership continues to keep coming up. Does the BJP have a plan in place for a strong local leadership for Jammu and Kashmir?
See, Devika, I don't really agree to what Chip Saab is saying, that local leadership has not been very, very effective. I think Dr. Nirmal Singh Ji himself is a stalwart in Jammu and Kashmir, sitting on the panel. And I think the way Dr. Nirmal Singh Ji under his leadership, Jammu and Kashmir has progressed leaps and bounds. I completely disagree to what Chip Saab is saying on this part. And I think whatever, I also disagree to what Chip Saab is saying, that, after the abrogation of 370, 35A and, J&K becoming a UT. I mean, to bring in efficiency and efficacy in work, you need to bring in so kind of, arrangements. And I think Honorable Prime Minister has already cleared its stand. The Government of India has already cleared its stand. Amit Shah has already cleared it very, very clearly. He has categorically said that yes, we are in process of bringing out democracy back in Jammu and Kashmir. We are in process of bringing out, organizing elections in Jammu and Kashmir so that the people of Jammu and Kashmir can choose their own representatives for them, for their good, for development, and for everything. So it's a temporary kind of an arrangement just to bring in efficiency and efficacy at work. That is it. Nothing more than that. So that the central government can function in the states of Jammu and Kashmir in a better way. And I think I also wish to, with all due respect to Ghulam Nabi Saab, and I think I really admire him. I mean, I don't want to take any credit out of you, but I think we must also admire and, we must also bring into credit the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister. I think it has been, years down the years, I think not a single leader. You are talking about the leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Chip Saab. You've been to Congress earlier. You've been to other parties. How do you think that, the previous leadership of your party did not have the vision to, run the state of Jammu and Kashmir?
Okay.
Do you wish to say that? So it is the vision of the Prime Minister, it is the vision of the senior most leader of the party, which has brought the Jammu and Kashmir back into
all right. Okay, I'm running out of time. I need to give 30 seconds to both Dr. Singh and Sumit Peer as well. 30 seconds, Dr. Singh.
With all regards to Chip Saab, I'll tell him that whether it's IIM, IIT, AIMS, that came during the period when we were in the government. And Prime Minister Modi was at the center. He gave 80,000, you can say, package to Jammu and Kashmir at that time. This express highway, I'll ask him, where was Ghulam Nabi Azad Sahib?
We welcome that. We are very happy.
Why? Please.
We are very happy that we have got IIM, we have got IIT and all that.
Given their due.
Why very happy.
Because and parties were not given their due. Why ST, you can say, reservation was not introduced in Jammu and Kashmir during Congress period, during the period when this Ghulam Nabi Azad was the chief minister. And so far as this landless is concerned, and he was talking about
defending the period of
all right.
Congress, Nirmal Singh ji.
And now the LG government, the state government,
Okay, all right.
5 marla land to every landless. This is the new from the landless.
The issues that are being raised, I'm glad that we're having this sort of a conversation about Jammu and Kashmir. I'm glad that it's issues of development that the political parties want to talk about. Whether that will translate into votes or not is something that time will tell. Sumit, last word to you. Literally 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, I'll take in 30 seconds only. First of all, the BJP's leadership is here on the panel. We don't have to talk. Mr. Singh is a stalwart. He needs no introduction and no certificate from me. Point number 1. Point number 2, all the data I have given you, Devkaji, what data point is wrong? Point number 3, when the foundation stone was laid in 83, what did it took to 2024 to make it work? Why it didn't work before Modi? Why it worked only when Modi came to power? What was stopping it before the Modi? And last point, when you put smart meters in Jammu, no problem. In Ladakh, no problem. In anywhere in India, no problem. If you put a smart meter in the Kashmir Valley, why there will the hull break loose? What makes you so special? Why you would pay बिजली का बिल भाई? क्या है? बिजली का बिल देने में क्या आपत्ति है भाई?
Okay, all right. Shivam wants 5 seconds.
I am saying, I just only want to say, the change can be seen on your show, Devika. What we are discussing is development of Jammu and Kashmir and not terrorism. That is the biggest change the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders have brought into the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes.
I am happy to see the development works being discussed out here.
Yes, and
There could be program cost to it.
I'm the happiest, Shivam, to watch two political parties bicker about who has a better developmental plan for Jammu and Kashmir. It's a very, very happy time for me as a journalist to be having this conversation rather than talking about abrogation of Article 370 and bloodshed in the state. On that note, I thank all of our panelists for joining us on the broadcast. I've completely run out of time. Thank you so much to Dr. Singh and RS Chip for also joining us to take this conversation forward.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.